My name is Dani and I completed the 75 hard challenge.
I gave you taste of my love, fact I've been standing there for you. Girl, you saw all the work that I got, I could be holding back from you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dani and welcome to a new video. This video, I'm just so grateful to be able to make it. I can't believe that I am able to sit here and talk to you guys about this because I'm going to insert a clip from, I believe, the second day that I started the challenge, just to let you guys know where I was at, what I looked like, my thought process going in, and just comparing it to now because honestly, like, in that first clip, baby, I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just understanding of the fact that I needed some change in my life, and this challenge was going to be a great way for me to recenter myself and focus on so many different things at the same time, right? For me, living an active and healthy lifestyle is kind of like my center. Like, that's where I feel the most balanced, the most whole, and as a result, so many other things in my life is able to thrive, right? So I honestly just needed to recenter myself, and this was the perfect way to do so. And I'm so happy. Y'all can tell I have so much energy in this video right now, but I'm just honestly so happy and I'm so grateful to have been able to even take this challenge on. I don't know, my perspective on it is just like out of 10 right now. So anyways, if you guys are interested in getting to know about my 75 hard journey, the workout splits, the struggles, my regrets, and obviously my transformation, then keep on watching. My name is Dani and I completed the 75 hard challenge. Wow. I can't believe it, y'all. Yeah, as I mentioned, when I went into the challenge, I just was aware that I needed some change in my life, but I was not aware of how much this would completely change my life in so many different ways. So just for some background information, I started my challenge on August the 1st, 2023. The video that I'm about to include, I believe, was shot a couple days after I started, so either the 2nd or the 3rd. But that video is going to show literally exactly what you need to see. You're going to hear about myself talking about the journey initially. You're going to see my body when I started. You're going to hear about the few adjustments that I made because going in, I was already aware that there was just a couple things I was not going to do. Okay, not me. Okay, I just knew, right? Just because I altered a couple things does not change the fact that I completed the challenge, because on a grand scheme of things, the things that I altered did not make that big of a difference. Were not that big of a deal. But yeah, I'm going to insert the clip here where I first started, and then we're going to come back to me to talk a little bit more about the background of the challenge as a whole. So yeah. So y'all, I've officially decided to take on the 75 hard challenge. Now, for those of you who don't know what the 75 hard challenge is, I'll include the requirements right here as well. But essentially it's 75 days straight of doing 2 45-minute workouts per day, drinking a gallon of water, reading 10 pages per day, and essentially sticking to a specific diet of your choice. So for me, I've been striving to live an active and healthy lifestyle for the past 3+ years. So I'm already familiar with what diets and foods and regimens work for me. So I've kind of altered the requirements a little bit to adjust my lifestyle. And really the only things that I'm changing based off of the set requirements for the challenge are that I'm not going to drink a gallon of water. Me personally, with the lifestyle that I live, I just can't do that. If you've done it before, you know that when you drink a gallon of water a day, you literally have to be by the toilet and pee every 10 minutes. And because I do a lot, I'm very active, like, and I'm going to start back my school semester. So I'm just not going to have the capacity to just be by a toilet and pee all day. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be doing a gallon of water, but I am intaking as much water as I possibly can, especially because I am working out, you know, twice a day. But yeah, other than those changes, I'm adhering to the challenge. It was actually my boyfriend's idea to do it. We're actually doing it together, and we're not really telling anyone. It's just kind of a secret between the both of us because we just want to, you know, really do it for ourselves, but then, you know, have each other as support and to hold each other accountable for the next 75 days because it won't be easy. I got like 3 birthdays coming up, like school's coming up. I have lunch dates that I have planned with people coming up soon because I need to still hang out with my friends and make sure to have quality time with them. So I think I'm just a little bit nervous at the fact that one day I might just be out and I might just completely forget that I'm doing this challenge, or for example, like I might forget that I have a second workout to do. And I also forgot to mention you're supposed to take a progress picture daily. So for the 10 pages of reading in the progress picture, I set a timer at night just to make sure that I get it done if I haven't gotten it done in the morning. And to get the 2 workouts out of the way, I'm just going to do them at the same time, right? So typically I'll go to the gym for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I typically walk 3 miles in my neighborhood. So that's basically getting my 2 workouts out at one time, so I don't have to, like, you know, do one workout. And then there's different things I'm implementing in my schedule as it stands to ensure that I am meeting my goal for the challenge. But yeah, overall I'm pretty nervous. Technically today is day 2. We actually started the challenge yesterday on August the 1st. So the challenge will end on October the 15th, I believe. So yeah, I'm pretty nervous, but I'm really happy that we're actually doing this together so that it doesn't feel like I'm doing it alone. And yeah, we got this. Let me show you my body right now, and then I will obviously check in with you guys throughout the video as well. So don't mind any of the stuff you see. I'm at my mom's house right now, so don't mind any of the stuff you see. But this is my body right now. I'm gonna lower my leggings, and y'all will be able to see. I'm gonna lower my leggings and then kind of just relax a little bit so y'all can really, you know what I'm saying, see my body for real. And this is kind of nerve-wracking, but we all gotta start somewhere. So this is it. This is like a front view, of course, and then side view. This is from the back. And then this side, make sure y'all can see. And then back to the front. So yeah, that's a 360. I know I'll see the most transformation in my stomach, to be honest, because that's where I gain the most weight. Typically in my stomach and my face is where I gain the most weight, and then my thighs. But my upper body is pretty toned for the most part. Like, I do want to, you know, tone up my back a little bit more for sure. And I'm honestly open to all toning, okay? So yeah, but I want to emphasize that I don't think I look bad right now. I think I look fine. I've just looked better, right? And it's just, you know, I've kind of slipped away from my routine that I used to have before. So this is just a good way to get back on track. And this is what I look like with leggings on. So y'all can also see that. So yeah, with that being said, I'm about to go to the gym. It's arm day today, so I'm about to go get this upper body workout in before I go for my walk. But yeah, I just want to document this. So I hope you guys feel inspired. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to check out my channel for other health and fitness related videos. And yeah, let's get this challenge started. Okay, so as the clip mentioned, when I was coming into my challenge, I knew that I was not going to be able to drink a gallon of water a day. If you've done that before, you just know how taxing it is. Having to go to the bathroom like every 10 minutes, it's just not fun. Especially if you live a pretty active lifestyle. Like for me, I work full-time in the office. I'm a student, and essentially I'm on the go a lot. So I just knew that going in, I had to think about, you know, the next 2.5 months on a grander scale and understand that, let me not, you know what I'm saying, drinking water, a gallon of water every day is not going to work for me. But what I decided to do instead, right, was to just stick to drinking water. For the most part, the only liquids I drank was water. I drank coffee because I need that. I drank Celsius, which is no sugar, pre-workout. So it's typically things with like little to no sugar is what I intook. And if I was drinking any type of like juice, I would definitely dilute it with water. Like there was a point where juice was actually too sweet for me because I been so sugar deprived. So when I remember drinking Gatorade, and I was like, oh baby, this needs some water. So I started to dilute my drinks, which was actually like something I used to do way before. So it was just nice to see that those changes were becoming evident again in my body. So anyways, yeah, so that's like the background in terms of how I adjusted the challenge to work for me and my schedule. But other than that, I stuck to everything else. I stuck to 2 workouts a day. I ate a very regimented diet. No fried foods, no fast foods, no excess sugars, typically sticking to cooking my meals at home or eating Chipotle and Kava, because those foods provide really great options for you, especially for this challenge and just in life in general. So yeah, my diet was pretty restricted, but I did eat out a few times just to celebrate friends, different things like that. And when I did eat out, I typically obviously stuck to foods that made sense for my journey, right? So I'll also say that I did not try to tell everyone that, hey, I'm doing this challenge. This challenge was very private, and it was just something that me and my partner decided to do together to get back right. And so I would only ever tell people that I was doing this challenge when I knew that it might like inconvenience them to a certain extent, right? Like, you know, if my friends were in town and they were like, let's go eat, I'd be like, well, can we maybe take a walk instead, you know? Or can we actually eat here instead of eating here, because, you know, I have to be conscious of, you know, what I'm putting my body in. And then that's when I would tell them. And for the most part, they would actually be super inspired by my journey. So it was actually a great point at that point, but I really try to keep it very private. Yeah, anyways though, when we would go out to eat, I stuck to eating things like salmon, veggies, Brussels sprouts, things like that, things that make sense. I went to like a Thai spot one day and I ate like steak with veggies and rice. So I just definitely try to stick to meals that made sense that I would eat at home if I was cooking, right? So in terms of my workout splits, I would say that working out was probably one of the hardest things to get readjusted to. I'm going to insert different pictures here and there, maybe just kind of do like a B-roll or some sort, but getting back in the routine, right? And just understanding that I didn't have the stamina and the strength that I used to have was a little bit frustrating initially. I have a few videos on my channel that provide background information if you want to get to know a little bit more about me and my fitness journey and all of that. So I'll include those up top or like in the description box. So I won't go into much detail on that, but it really was difficult to understand that I had to push out 2 workouts a day, knowing that I did not have the strength, that my body was was operating differently, and like the exercises that I used to do with ease before were challenging. It was a lot more of like a mental battle than a physical battle, right? Because my body would be able to do it, but it was also just like the motivation of like, you know, pushing myself through the self-doubt. You could tell though that over time, as I continue to push myself day in and day out, going in the gym, putting in these workouts, putting in the work, that my confidence grew. There was a period where I realized that like, I'm kind of doing this, okay? Like, to break it down, I would say that the first couple weeks was essentially just me understanding like, okay, you can't do this anymore. You can't eat this anymore. You know, we're having to adjust a little bit and it's going to be a little bit weird, but we're going to get used to it. So the first few weeks, I went through like kind of like a withdrawal period where I was like, just really like, wow, I'm doing this challenge and I don't know what it's gonna take for me to push through for 2.5 months, but I signed up for it. I don't quit on myself. I don't, obviously I had my partner who's holding me accountable, so I can't quit on him. So I was like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna have to make it work. But honestly speaking, I did not really know what it was gonna be like. And so the first couple weeks was me adjusting, right? And pushing myself mentally. And then I would say after about a month in, I kind of got to a really great sweet spot. I knew exactly what to eat, what to not eat. I knew my workout splits. I knew that on Monday, Wednesday was legs. Tuesday, Thursday was upper body. Friday was maybe full body. And then Saturdays, me and my partner would go to workout classes together, which was great because it was super challenging. It would push me in all ways. And that was a really great way to kind of, you know, end out the week and kind of differentiate my workout schedule, right? Like adding that in there. And then Sundays, you know, would be a little bit more chill, maybe like full body, but like on a lighter scale. I try to push myself during the week, and then weekends I would try to, you know, do a little bit more low intensity workouts because my body was tired. Okay, I would say although after 1 month in, I felt really good and I had a good routine going, and this was when I went out and I bought more clothes and I was vlogging more. I was just like really excited for the journey itself and really excited that I was doing it, and like more so thinking about it as like a lifestyle change versus like a challenge, right? And that's where I was about a month in. But I would say that things got a little bit tricky at the 7 to 8 week mark. Baby, I was hungry. Okay, I was hungry. I wanted Chick-fil-A. Okay, I wanted a burger. Okay, I wanted fries. I wanted chocolate cake. I wanted ice cream. I wanted chocolate chip cookies so bad. Oh my God, chocolate chip cookie? Stop it. I wanted everything. I wanted everything that I couldn't have, and it was getting bad. And it was getting bad, and it was, once again, like, it's like I had the workouts down, but now I had to switch my mind to really push myself to understand that, like, okay, you want these things, but they, once again, they won't satisfy you. 2, you're doing this journey, you can't give up on yourself. Like at the 7 to 8 week mark, towards the end was really hard to push through because you were just like, you just wanted like one cheat day. You just wanted a break. You just wanted something like just a little bit, right? And it was really hard. I will say that I was able to find a lot of great alternatives for things that I wanted. Like, for example, for ice cream, right? Target has this like 360 calorie ice cream, like in a pint. I might insert a picture here if I can find it, but it was really good just to get the little taste in my mouth. Also, protein bars. Quest makes great protein bars that held me down, okay? Right now I'm eating this like peppermint bark flavor that I love. They have this like strawberry cheesecake flavor, I believe. It's so good. I think they have like a mint chocolate chip cookie, also really good. They have a chocolate chip cookie turkey, also really good. So these were really good ways for me to get my sugar intake in, but also still getting protein, which was great for me. And yeah, that's kind of how the process was like overall, just really just trying to stay mentally strong and push myself. Going back to what I ate at home, the food that I would cook at home was really what pushed me, especially because about 2 or 3 weeks into the challenge, I got a full-time job. So I was like, oh, we're gonna have to make this work, okay? We cannot let this be an excuse as to why we fail. So meal prepping was major for me. I made different things that range from like taco bowls with different proteins and veggies and things like that. I would buy a lot of fruit to snack on. Recently I discovered Fresca, which is like 0-calorie sodas almost. So 0 calories, 0 sugar, and they're super good. They're super tiny. They're very satiating for like that, like when you just want something sweet in your mouth when you're eating like a good meal, you know? The key to eating right was just more so about always understanding that you have to plan your meals. So a lot of meal prepping. My partner cooked a lot. He's a great cook, so ate a lot of good foods with him. Once again, we were holding each other accountable. Because it was also summer, there was so many fresh fruits that were in season. I remember I ate so many cherries. Cherries are like one of my favorite fruits. I ate so many cherries. I ate so many mangoes, strawberries, blueberries, all the fruits. I ate so many fruits. And right now pears are in season, so pears are my new thing. I would just really recommend that if you're gonna do this challenge, you have to plan. Planning your meals will be like the key to your success. Having food that you already have ready to eat makes you not wonder about, okay, let me go look for something else to eat. It's like, no, plan foods and plan good foods that you actually like get excited to think about or excited to put in the microwave and heat up. Like, it doesn't have to be chicken breast and broccoli every day. It's not that, okay? We've kind of grown out that phase. There's so many different resources that you can use to find high protein, low carb, high veggie, you know, meals. TikTok is a great resource. There's so many other people who are, one, doing this challenge, two, pushing, you know, their health and fitness journeys and trying to educate others. So I would highly recommend that you use TikTok as a resource, YouTube as well, and, you know, also just experimenting in your kitchen based off of the things that you like. For me, for example, ground beef probably works for people's diets, but me, my body doesn't do well with digesting beef. So I was not eating beef, but I ate a lot of ground turkey, and still a high source of protein, and it still tastes really good, and I can almost make the same dishes that I make with ground beef with ground turkey, right? So understand your preferences and use that to your advantage to make foods that you know that you will eat. Don't have wondering eyes because, you know, you're not making foods at home that you know that you'll consume, because at that point you're setting yourself up for failure. And that's one of the few pieces of advice I can give you guys if you are looking to start this challenge. I would say overall I had to train my mind to understand that this, you know, this was a good thing, right? But I will say I have a couple regrets in regards to some things that I should have done. The first one being, it's super simple, is just like hop on the scale. You know, hop on the scale initially when you start the challenge. This is not supposed to be, you know, something that you have to fixate on, like, oh, I'm at this number and I'm gonna check the scale, I'm gonna hop on the scale every week or every other day and compare. It's not supposed to be like that. Hopping on the scale just helps you understand more of your starting point, right? Because, you know, the challenge is over now. It's October 22nd. My challenge ended October 15th, and I don't know my numbers when I started. I have great pictures though, so I know that there were results, right? I can see it, but I just don't know my starting numbers. So I really wish that I would have either hopped on the scale or taken measurements of just like my body parts, just so I could really know and see. I know exactly why I didn't do this. I did not want to see those numbers on the scale when I first began, because I knew I was so far off from where I used to be. So that was the reason I didn't do it. But I want to tell you guys that don't let that stop you, right? Because if you're going to do this challenge, there's no way that you won't be at a better place than you started, right? So seeing that number, having those numbers in your head on paper somewhere should just be motivation that, okay, this is where I'm starting, but I'm not going to end here. So let's go. Let's put this work in. Let's get it. You know, we have work to do. Okay, so that was one of my regrets. I would say a second regret that I have is honestly just not taking creatine about halfway through. I used to take creatine back when I was cutting, and I think that it really did assist me a lot with getting a lot of the results that I got. So I feel like if I would have implemented creatine maybe about at the maybe 1.5 mark or so, I probably would have seen a bit more results, in my opinion. I'm not mad at it though. I love the results that I have. I'm more toned, like my body's more defined. I feel good, I feel lighter, and knowing that I did this without any supplements is great too. But I do understand the benefits of creatine because I was on it before. So with that knowledge, I feel like I definitely could have incorporated it into my regimen just to be able to, just a few more results. But it's definitely okay because I'm taking it now and I'm trying to push myself. I think my biggest takeaway from this challenge has been that I'm so much more capable of doing anything than I can think or imagine. I think the mind is such a powerful tool, and how you use it is going to literally dictate how you live your life, right? You have to be able to tell yourself that like what you're thinking right now is not always true. And you have to train your brain to think differently in order to achieve some of the goals that you have, because it's all in here. A lot of the things that we think are all in here, and it's not the reality that we're actually living. So that's one of my biggest takeaways. My second biggest takeaway is that I'm so happy I did this challenge because this essentially set the tone, right? The blueprint for my fitness journey moving forward. I know I have so much more work to do in my journey, but I feel like I've gained so much knowledge and I've experienced things during this challenge that I know I can take forward and use as motivation. And the third thing I actually learned, which is, I don't know if it's the most important, but is super, super important, is discipline. Because without discipline, there's no way that I would have been able to complete this challenge, quite frankly. Like, for example, like I said, I work full-time in the office, so I would have to do 6 a.m. workouts sometimes before I started doing 7 a.m. workouts because my schedule changed a little bit. But essentially, I knew that I had to push myself to wake up early, do these workouts, or else I would not have the ability to do them throughout the day. And training yourself, disciplining yourself to do things despite the fact that you might not want to is going to make all the results for you in life in general, right? So discipline was one of my major takeaways from this challenge, and I'm so grateful because now I'm trained to doing early workouts. Like, it's like second nature for me. I don't get upset about it. I know that if I'm tired, I have to put things in my body that, you know, make sense. No drugs, of course, but like I can take a pre-workout, I can take a Celsius, and I will be able to function at my best and push these workouts out so that I can continue to have a good day, right? Yeah, I don't know how I almost overlooked that. Discipline was one of the major takeaways from this challenge, and overall, like I said, I'm so grateful to have been able to complete this challenge. I encourage this for everybody. I know that we are nearing like the fall winter when it gets a little bit harder to wake up early and or just wake up in general and get to the gym and push out workouts. You know, the motivation decreases because it's not hot outside anymore, summer's over. But I really do feel like the work that you put in the off season really sets you apart, you know, when it's time to perform and show out. And if you put the work in the winter, baby, the work that you have to do in the spring, summer is not as much, right? And it's all about consistency at the end of the day, consistency, right? So yeah, that's really what I want to leave you guys with in this video. I'm so happy once again. I encourage this challenge on everybody if you're capable of doing it. I know there's different variations of it, so do whatever you can for you and your journey, and I know that your body will thank you. So yeah, so yeah, you guys, that is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Make sure to check out my channel for more resources in regard to my journey, different workouts I did, different foods I eat, all of that, my 6 a.m. morning routine, all of that. All those resources are available to you and will be linked below. All my social media, email, all of that is linked as well in the description box, so make sure to contact me if you have any questions or inquiries. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye.
I gave you taste of my love, fact I've been standing there for you. Girl, you saw the work that I got, I could be holding back from you.